Hello everyone, I'm Harsh, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a skill and then you can reuse that every time you want to perform something related to that, right? And this is going to be a one-on-one video for creating skill effectively, yet with a very simple process. And of course, like you don't need to have a prior knowledge to Claude. You can, if you are using it for the first time, still you can create a really good skill, even if you don't have any skill, or like if you want to create a skill which you don't have right now a knowledge about, still you can create that skill really, really well that you can use on a daily basis. So first of all, to create any new skill, come to this claude.ai/new, and you just need to basically click on new chat, and this window will appear. Now the next step is like first of all you need to define what particular skill that you want to create. Now in today's for today for this video's purpose, I'm going to create a skill around SEO strategy right now, because my day-to-day work is in SEO, and I usually do a lot of SEO strategy and SEO audit for my clients and for the company that I'm working with. So I'll be creating that particular skill in today's video, and I'm going to show you the entire process of how you can do create skill step by step. So now the first step is like, first of all, you need to give a context. Right now, what is the context? It's information that you want to embed in that skill, right? You want this Claude or any sort of AI to use that information in order to create a really good skill that you can use and you can basically let other people use as well. So now, first step, let's give it a context and also share the goal of giving that context. That is really important. The first step is like, let's write down the context. So I'll basically write down that for Claude. Hey Claude, so basically I want to create a SEO strategy skill in which basically I want you to come up with a SEO strategy that is going to tailor with the goal that the client has, right? So now whenever like I'm asking you to create a strategy, you have to basically ask me few questions to clarify what exactly I want with that strategy. What is the goal? What kind of strategy I want to create? How many pages the website has? The industry of the business, and then the goal of the business. Plus, for how many months do I need the strategy for? And once you will have all of this information. So what I want to do is that I wanted to basically use first principle SEO to create the strategy, meaning that you have to align that strategy with the goal that I'll be sharing while the during the process, right? So this is the entire strategy. And now, not jump directly into building the strategy. First, ask me a few questions that you think would be really necessary to build this skill. So this is what you can basically ask Claude. You can basically tell Claude before you create a actual skill. So this is the entire context and the purpose of that purpose of the context, right? So let's do that. So now once I've shared this with Claude, now it will basically analyze all of this particular context and the purpose, and then basically it will come up with a few questions that Claude think would be really necessary in order to create effective skill that I can use on a daily or on a regular basis, right? So yeah. So this is the entire these are all the questions that Claude has asked me. So basically, you can see, Claude has, before I build this as a strategy skill, let me ask a question that will make the difference between a generic template and something that actually mirrors how you think and operate. When you say first principle, as you align to goal, are you always working backward from revenue to pipeline number, or do some client come up with pure traffic ranking? Okay, 3 years sprint. Again, this has taken the context from the files and the past chat or the conversation that I had with Claude. So in your case, if you don't have that, don't worry, you can skip this part. But yeah, making sprint based, yeah, okay. And then do you always segment strategy by page type? Okay, let me answer all of these questions to Claude basically. Yes, so basically I want you always to work from the backward from revenue number. Of course, let's say if I specify something very specifically about some specific clients, on let's say if they just want traffic and clicks, in that case of course you have to work accordingly. But in most of the cases it should be like working backward from revenue to pipeline numbers. The answer to your second question is yes, it must be sprint based phasing, because then it's clear and laser focused, right? Third one is uh depend you can always ask why whenever like I trigger this particular skill, you always have to ask that if I want to do it page type by page type, or it depends on the client's maturity. You always must ask that question, right? On the fourth question, no, I think I don't need to know I don't need to know like DR, like you don't need to know that. That's not that important. The answer to your fifth question is yes, we have to differentiate the strategy for both like pre-product market fit versus scaling versus established, because then each of these particular client type has a different requirement with a different market set and everything. So we need to have a differentiator over here. Yes, so strategy format, it should look like a structured document with monthly action items, with all the reasoning and everything, so that let's say if I have to present that to someone, I must be able to do that, right? Yes, strategy must include example keywords that we're planning to target for sure. That would help me to help me to get that approved. Yes, I also like want you to recommend a resource allocation as per that, and also I want you to include the timeline of implementing those things, and also the timeline of like in how many days, weeks, or months we can start seeing results, right? So yeah, as you can see, this is the entire briefing that I'm doing in order to create a skill. Now, maybe you may be thinking that let's say if I don't have any knowledge about a skill that I'm creating, what you can do is that you can create a very generic skill, and then you can use that, and then on a ongoing format, you can what you can do is that you can give it a feedback to improve upon that skill, right? Based on the feedback that you're going to give it, it will basically then improve upon that. You can always, let's say if you have any feedback on that generic skill, just give it a feedback and ask Claude to update the skill file, and that way you can in a week or so you can easily create a really good skill that you can use. So now what I'll be doing is that I'll be giving this answers to Claude, and then basically it will start creating the skill for me. Now again, just keep in mind that because I've like already reached 75% of my weekly limit, maybe this entire session will hit that limit. So yeah, let's see. Again, it is actually asking me a few more questions. Okay, let me speed run this process. But again, let's say if you want to create an effective skill, you should always answer all the questions that has been asked by Claude in order to have a really good and a really effective skill. And that's the best practice that you can follow in order to create a highest quality skill that you can use and you can share with others as well as a paid. You can package it as a paid skill that you can sell to others or agency as well. Okay, so for all of these questions, it depends, and I will leave it to you. Whatever you think is best, you can basically add into the strategy talk, right? And so yeah, now let's go to the part where you can build a skill and I can use it. Now you might be wondering that which particular tool I'm using to do this voice notes, right? So basically I'm using Whisper Flow. You can give it a try for completely free, and then once you start doing these voice notes, it will give you additional credits for completely free, which you can in which you can get like extra days in your free trial, right? So you can use it. It's very cool tool. It will save a lot of your time from typing it out manually, right? So let's say if I have to type it out everything that I've spoke, it will basically take me like 15-20 minutes, right? Because then typing speed and the speaking speed is significantly different. Now let's see. So now you can see it has actually started creating the skill, and now it has a clear picture of what we want and the structure and everything. And now it will create a skill.md file. Under that file, it will basically also create multiple files like a reference file and actual skill file. So it will create multiple files, and I will show you if this particular task will be finished within this limit. If not, I'll show you the other skills as well, which I've already created, just to give you the idea on like what would be the structure when we create a skill, right? So yeah, now I'll come back. Okay, so I'll come back once the skill is created. Okay, so now skill has been created, thankfully within the limits. So now I can let me show you the skill.md file. And again, I haven't saved this skill yet. So first I'll show you the file and basically give you the rundown of like how it looks like actually. So you can see this is the description of what this skill will do if you call the skill in your chat with Claude. So it's build a comprehensive first principle SEO strategies tailored to client goals, industry, and business metrics. To use this skill whenever hers asked, create an SEO strategy, build a roadmap, plan SEO sprint, create a content strategy for a client, build an SEO plan, do SEO planning, and all of that. So again, these are all the this is the description of what exactly it will do when I will be triggering the skill. Now, then there's a completely detailed breakdown step by step of like what exactly it will perform in each particular step whenever like I request to create a strategy for a particular business. So this is the step one where it will basically ask me different questions that within this particular areas. Then the second is like client maturity classification. So it will again ask me more questions around this. Then it will do revenue backwards math. So based on all the answers that I've given to that I will be giving to this particular skill, it will then performing this step 3, step 4, and so on and so forth, right? So and in the output format, it will create a complete document, a strategy document that I can basically use, and then if I want, I can modify that as well, and I can basically share that with client or business or somewhere a place where you are working right now, right? So here some of the edge cases, meaning like if and but, which is like if her says just traffic and goal, skip this particular step. Let's say if hers provides incomplete info, then this will build the strategy with whatever it has, right? Let's say if the timeline is very short, it will do the steps accordingly. If I was asked to update an existing strategy, then it will basically ask me a couple of questions and then it will revise the strategy accordingly, right? So this is the skill. Now let's if I click on the save skill, you will see you can access this particular skill by typing out this, right? And then you can access skill here, right? Let me do that and then let me show you. Click on save skill, and now let's say if I want to access this skill, now it will it has already appeared here, SEO strategy builder. So that's how you can basically, let's say whenever like you want to create a whenever let's say if you okay, so whenever like you want to create a SEO strategy, you just basically type it out this command and then search for SEO strategy build. Now without that as well, you can do that. Let's say you just need to mention that, hey, I want to create a SEO strategy for, let's say, X business, and just click on enter, and it will refer the skill every time you mention SEO strategy in your chat, in your conversation, right? So that's how you can basically create a skill. Now let me show you how does that look like in a backend actually. So I'll go to this customize option. You can access all the skills in this customize section, I think, if I'm not wrong, and go to the skill and find all the skills over here, right? So now again, I think in this particular, I will only have like one file. Yeah. Now let's say if in my LinkedIn, yeah, in LinkedIn, I think I have like yeah, I have like a couple of files, examples and format. Let's say in cold email copywriter, I think we already have only have like, yeah, we have multiple files. In SEO strategy only we have like one particular empty file which we can use. But yeah, you can see there are like different skills that I already have created. And I'm like using all of the skills on a daily basis. Again, you must have like $100 plan for this. Let's say if you're doing if you're going to do a heavy load on all of the skills on a daily basis, because then your limit will reach. But let's say if you still want to stay on the pro plan, what you can do is that you can use a Sonnet model instead of like Opus 4.6, because then this will consume a lot of credits and your limit will hit really soon, right? So that's how you can maximize your usage. Plus that's how you can create a really good skill. Now I hope you find some really good value out of this video and you learn how to create a really good skill and the approach of doing that. And if you found any value out of this video, just like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel, because on this channel I'm going to put out a lot of videos around Claude code, AI, agentic workflows, and also there are like a few podcasts that are coming on this particular channel around SEO and outbound. So if you want to stay updated on all of that, just subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon.